Today, we open an exciting new chapter with the book of Dא-טרו-נומי, the fifth and the final book of the Torah. Within the first portion of the book, Parashat Devarim, lies a profound secret that speaks directly to the personal biography of each and every one of us. Consider this. Throughout the first 4 books of the Torah, we encounter the direct voice of the Creator speaking to the people of Israel. But in the 5th book, a profound shift takes place. For the first time, the sacred words we read comes to us through the voice of Moses. What does this change mean, and how does it connect to our lives, here and now? To understand this, we have to travel back in time, to the very beginning, when God first called Moses to lead the Israelites from slavery to freedom. Moses hesitated, pleading that he was heavy of mouth and heavy of tongue. He lacked what we might call a channel of expression, the ability to take his immense inner light, the vast truth within him, and translate it into speech. But look at Moses' biography. Moses goes through a 36 days process of summarizing and distilling everything that happened to the soul system of the Israelites. He transforms from someone who struggles to speak into someone who becomes second to the king, a figure through whom the entire speech of the divine presence, the Shekhinah, now flows in wholeness. And this is the deeper spiritual meaning for all of us. Our lives are a journey from heaviness of mouth, from the places where we fail to bring the Creator's truth, which flows through us and through our lives, into the world, towards the capacity to become second to the King of the universe, through the story of our own personal life. The book of Dא-טרו-נומי is traditionally referred to as Mishneh Torah, which means a repetition of the Torah. On the literal level, it means that we are retelling the story of the Torah. But this time, we're doing so from the human perspective, through the eyes of Moses. So if we take it to our spiritual work, this means that we do not merely go through experiences, we learn to tell their story. When Moses recounts what happened to the people of Israel, he brings about what we call a tikkun, a spiritual rectification for them and for us. He helps them see the path from the process of becoming all the way to Gmar Tikkun, which is the final rectification. The same is true in our personal biographies. As long as we allow events to simply happen to us, we remain in the struggle. The moment we begin to tell our own story as the story of the divine expressing itself through us, the expression of our spiritual self, we begin to take responsibility for the narrative called our journey to the promised land. We embody the deeper meaning of Mishneh Torah, becoming second to the king, and we're no longer passive observers of life. We become active partners in the creation of reality. When you open this portion, you can see that it starts with a list of places. Into the wilderness, in the plain, Zahav. It looks like a dry geographical list, but the truth is that this is actually a map of the soul. These places represent the stations when we encounter hardship, judgment, and also the need for repair. So what is the message of this portion? Each and every one of us is a Moses on our own journey. Within each of us is the capacity to draw our soul out of its own personal places of constriction and into freedom. Together, we can make it happen. So when you think about Moses standing and speaking to the people, pause for a moment and ask yourself, where am I in the story of my life? Am I still heavy of speech when facing my challenges? Or have I become the storyteller, the one who can see the full picture of my own tikkun, my own spiritual rectification? Shabbat Shalom, and see you next week.